Hello dear students, in my last video I have started dilution law, and in today's class, that is lecture number 5, will continue with some more problems based on dilution law. The next question based on dilution law is like this: 1 molar 1 liter of solution is diluted by 100 times, find its molarity is the question. I'll repeat: 1 molar 1 liter 1 molar 1 liter solution, that is a before dilution information, is diluted by 100 times, and find its molarity. We'll see then. We'll write its formula, that is a before dilution will write information and after dilution will write information. Before dilution M1 V1 and after dilution M2 V2. In the last video I have explained before dilution as well as after dilution number of moles remains same. That's why we are making equal symbol M1 V1 equal to M2 V2. Right, before dilution molarity was 1 and its volume is just 1 liter only, is equals to and asking a molarity, therefore M2 into 100 times. 100 times means if it is 1 liter, then 100 liters, like that means we will write into 100. Therefore M2 is equals to 1 by 100, nothing but a 0.01 molar. Its answer is 0.01 molar. Right, means it is a before dilution, it is after dilution. After dilution means diluted by 100 times. Then after dilution, the obtained molarity is 0.01 mole per liter. Right. Next we will discuss one more question. We'll see. Based on, of course, dilution law only. That is next question. 0.2 molar 100 ml of HNO3 solution, HNO3 solution is diluted to 0.1 molarity. How much volume of water is added? How much volume of water is added? Okay, this is the question. How much volume of water is added is the question. Then we'll see its solution. 0.2 molar 100 ml of HNO3 is diluted to 0.1 molar. Means before dilution concentration was 0.2. After dilution concentration has decreased to 0.1. In this conversion, how much water has added is asking. First, what we are doing, same. Before dilution we will write, and I will write here after dilution. Then before dilution, say M1 V1 is equals to after dilution M2 V2. We'll substitute the values. 0.2 into 100 is equals to after dilution is 0.1 into V2. What is the V2? V2 is the final total volume. Then we will find first of all V2 is equals to 0.2 into 100 by 0.1. Point cancel. Therefore, we are getting a V2 200 ml we are getting. But 200 milliliters is not our answer. What is asking? How much volume of water is added? Means, see the concept of the question. It is a container. In the container initially 100. Say it is 100 milliliters and its concentration is 0.2 molar. Okay, it is initial information. To that some water added. How much water added we don't know. Okay, now after addition of water, now volume changed to 200 ml. Volume has increased to 200 ml, that is final volume. Initial volume was 100. After addition of some water, now total volume becomes 200. Okay na? Now what is asking, how much water has added? What we have to do? Final volume minus initial volume, you will get water to be added. That's why volume of water to be added, volume of water to be added is equals to V2 minus V1. That's it. V2 is the final volume 200 minus initial volume is 100. That is nothing but 100 milliliters. That's it. Means 100 milliliters. 100 milliliters of water has added to get this concentration. Okay, right. This is a question. Next we will discuss about some different type of question. Next question is like this. That is a molarity of mixture. Molarity of mixture. Molarity of mixture. Of course, a solute is the same solute we are using. We will try to understand its concept. Say it is one container. In container, we will take any one solution, like NaCl solution, KCl solution, something has solution has taken, and whose concentration let it as M1 and volume let it as V1. Right. Then it is another container. It is another container. And here also same solute related solution only taken. Whatever the solute is there, here also same solute related solution has taken. But here its concentration let it as M2 and volume let it as V2. Right. It is one container. It is another container. Then here, I mean that particular solution's molarity M1, volume is V1, and here molarity is M2, volume is V2. Now what he is doing, both the containers, both the solutions has mixed in one big container. Both the solutions has mixed in one big container. This is a mixture. It is called mixture, of course. Now what is our target? That mixture molarity we have to calculate. I'll repeat, that mixture molarity we have to calculate. Then don't tell M1, M2, M1 plus M2 is wrong. Mixture molarity, how to calculate, let's discuss now. Right. We'll do one thing. In the first container, number of moles let it as N1. In the second container, number of moles let it as N2. Okay now, in the after mixing a number of moles let it as N. Now again we'll go back to previous concept. That is, then these two before mixing. It is after mixing. Before mixing, after mixing. Always remember, before mixing moles is equals to after mixing moles. Before mixing number of moles is equals to after mixing number of moles. Means before mixing number of moles, that is nothing but N1 plus N2. Before mixing number of moles, sum of number of moles N1 plus N2 is equals to after mixing number of moles. Okay, after mixing number of moles will be same. Right. Now what I am doing, moles formula already known to you, because molarity equal to number of moles per volume. N is nothing but MV. Right. Now in place of N1, I'll write M1 V1. In place of N2, I'll write M2 V2 is equals to, for example, it is 50 milliliters, suppose. It is also 50 milliliters or 60 milliliters, something. Then both volumes we have dumped here. Then here total volume should be V1 plus V2, remember. Total volume is V1 plus V2, and in that mixture molarity we have to calculate. That mixture molarity, let it as M. Let it as M, and moles formula M into V. V nothing but V1 plus V2, remember. V nothing but V1 plus V2. I'll repeat. These are the before mixing moles and after mixing moles remains same. M1 V1 plus M2 V2 equal to M into V1 plus V2. Once again, what is M? M is molarity of mixture. What is V1 plus V2? Total volume after mixing. Now, this mixture molarity is required. That's why M will bring LHS. M is equals to M1 V1, M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. That's it. This is molarity of mixture. Molarity of mixture. Okay? That is the initial molar. These two are before mixing information. It is after mixing total volume. Right. Once again, molarity of mixture. Then it is one container having a solution with the molarity M1 V1. It is another container with the same solute having a molarity M2 V2 and its moles N1, its moles N2. Both we have mixed and dumped in another big container. Then that mixture molarity is needed, and of course its volume V1 plus V2. Okay. Then before mixing and after mixing, number of moles remains the same. Therefore, N1 plus N2 equal to N. N1 value M1 V1 plus M2 V2 equal to M into V1 plus V2. From that M we have calculated. Right. Based on this formula, we will again solve some questions. We will see mixture, molarity of mixture based problem. Right. Question is like this. If 0.2 molar 100 ml HCl solution is mixed with 0.1 molar 300 milliliters HCl solution and find the molarity of mixture. Find the molarity of mixture is the question. That's it. Okay. We'll try to understand the phenomena. 0.2 molar 100 ml of HCl solution is mixed 0.1 molar 300 milliliters of again HCl only. Okay. In one container, we'll write that. We'll write here answer. We'll take one container having a solution whose concentration let it as M1 equal to 0.2 molar and V1 equal to 100 ml plus another container having a molarity M2 is 0.1 molar and V2 is how much? 300 milliliters, 300 ml. Okay. Then mixed molarity, both are mixed, and the obtained solution molarity M is question mark and V1 plus V2 is equals to V1 plus V2 100 plus 300, that is nothing but a 400 ml. Now that mixture molarity should be calculated. That's it. Therefore, we'll calculate here molarity equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. We'll just substitute the values. 0.2 into V1 is 100 plus M2 0.1 into 300 divided by V1 plus V2 is 400. 400. If you do the simplification value, you will get a 0.125. 0.125 molar, or we can write R mole per liter is obtained. That's it. That is mixed solution molarity. Whatever the mixture is there, that mixed solution molarity is 0.125. Right. Then from this molarity concept we have completed. Next we will enter into another concentration expressing term, that is next concentration expressing term is molality, which is designated with a small m, molality. Right. Previously we have learned molarity now it is a molality. Only one letter is different, but entire phenomena is different. Remember, previously molarity was designated with the capital M. Molality now we are designating with a small m. Lot of differences there between them, right? We'll write like this: solute, solvent is giving a solution. Solute plus solvent will give solution. Again, we'll just recall molarity definition. What is molarity? Number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution is called as molarity. That already known to you. In case of molarity, solvent has not having any role, right? Exactly. In case of molality, let's see what happens. Same concept again. Number of moles of solute, no difference. Number of moles of solute present in, dissolved in. The very important thing is 1 kg of solvent. Here a solution has no role here. Their solvent has no role, your solution has no role in the definition. And that was volume term has involved, here mass term is involving. That was volume, here it is mass. That is a temperature dependent, it is a temperature independent term, right? We'll define. What is molality? Number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of solvent is called as molality. That's it. Number of moles of solute is present in 1 kg of solvent. 1 kilogram of solvent is called as molality. Therefore, we'll write like this: small m is equals to, same again, we'll write number of moles. Number of moles of, again, solute only, remember. Number of moles of solute, because it is also concentration expressing term. Concentration expressing term means we'll measure the amount of solute, remember, right? Number of moles of solute, we are measuring amount of solute in terms of number of moles. That's it. By mass of solvent. Mass of solvent in kilograms. That's it. Mass of solvent in kilograms. This is basic formula. Therefore, we can write its units also based on this. What are the units? Means moles per kg. That's it. Units we write here. Units. Mole, of course. Mole per kg. Mole per kg, because in the denominator mass term is there, that is in terms of kilograms. Mole per kg. What was molarity unit? Mole per liter. It is a mole per kg, right? Suppose if a value is like this, 0.5 small m. How to pronounce that value? Very simple. 0.5 mole, suppose 0.5 m NaCl is there. How to pronounce means 0.5 mole per liter in, 0.5 mole per kg NaCl. 0.5 mole per kg NaCl or 0.5 molal. There, in case of molarity, we have used molar. Here it is molal, spelling M-O-L-A-L. 0.5 molal NaCl or 0.5 mole per kg NaCl or 0.5 molality NaCl or 0.5 small m NaCl. Like that, any type we can pronounce it one. Okay, mainly we'll call it as 0.5 mole per kg NaCl, right? We'll expand this formula. Because number of moles formula already known to you. We have written in molarity formula. Same will copy here. Number of moles of whose moles? Solute moles. Already known to you. Number of moles of solute will be designated with solute is nothing but 2. Solvent is nothing but 1. Therefore, we'll write number of moles means mass of solute. Mass of solute will be indicated with W2. Divided by molar mass of solute, that is M2, that's it. Okay, that's why in place of a number of moles of solute, we'll substitute this one. In place of a numerator, we'll substitute this one. That's why the obtained formula is molality equal to, I'll write W2 by M2, W2 by M2, W2 by M2 by mass of solvent, or we can also write into 1 by mass of solvent in kilograms. This is absolutely formula to find the molality when solvent mass has given in kilograms. When solvent mass given in kilograms, this is our formula. Sometimes what happens then, solvent mass instead of kilograms, they will give in grams. If a solvent mass has given the grams, how to change this formula? It's quite similar to our molarity. Like this, generally 1 kg is nothing but 1000 grams. Yes or no? Suppose has given 500 grams. 500 grams equal to how many kilograms? Means 500 into 1. 500 grams into 1 kg divided by 1000 grams. You will get a corresponding kilograms. That means whatever the grams are there, by dividing with 1000, we have converted into kilograms. I'll repeat. If grams has given in the question, then what we have to do, that value we have to divide with 1000. If you divide with 1000, automatically it will convert into kilograms. That's why one more formula I'll write. Another formula I'll write here. Small m is equals to same W2 divided by M2 into 1 by mass of solvent, suppose given in the grams, what we have to do, immediately we have to divide with 1000, remember, 1000 we have to divide. When we are dividing with 1000, what is this meaning? Means we have converted again into kilograms, because mass of solvent should be always in kilograms. Suppose if grams has given, we have to divide by 1000. Automatically it will convert into kilograms, right? Therefore, then we'll still expand like W2 by M2 into. See here, 1 by 1000. 1 by 1000 means 1000 will come in the numerator. Therefore, we'll write 1000 divided by mass of solvent in grams. That's it. Okay, now this formula we have to use when the mass of solvent given in the kilograms. This formula we have to use when mass of solvent has given in grams. Remember. Okay. How this 1000 is obtained? Means if mass has given in the grams, we are dividing with 1000. Why we are dividing with 1000? To convert into kilograms. Right, that's why this 1000 is coming. This is about molality. Same definition, number of moles of solute in 1 kg of solvent, remember. Number of moles of solute means mass by molar mass. W2 by M2, that only we have written. Okay, in the numerator, W2 by M2 divided by mass of solvent, that's why into 1 by mass of solvent in kilograms. Or if grams given, this is the formula, right? Now again, based on molality, we'll solve some questions. Based on molality, we'll discuss some questions. See here, in molality, remember, there is no any volume term, remember. If a volume term is not there, it is not depends on temperature. Means it is a temperature independent term. Means if you want, you can increase the temperature or decrease the temperature. Molality will not affect. Okay, right? Because mass term is there here. Mass term. Right, we'll see some questions then. That is first question. 0.46 grams of ethyl alcohol, 0.46 grams of ethyl alcohol dissolved in 1000 grams of water. 1000 grams of water. What is the molality. What is the molality of ethyl alcohol solution? That's it. We'll see. It's a solution part. 0.46 grams of ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is a solute. It is of course a solute. Solute mass has given dissolved in 1000 grams of water. 1000 grams of water is nothing but a solvent mass. Okay, solute mass is there, solvent mass also present, is given. What is the molality? Right, first we will write the data. Every question compulsory we have to write its relevant appropriate data. That is 0.46, that is nothing but W2, 0.46 grams. Remember, in the examination, don't write directly W2. Already in the last video I explained, compulsory you have to mention mass of solute. In the brackets you have to write W2, remember. Okay. Then M2, yeah, don't write again. In the exam also don't write M2. Again, molar mass of solute. In the brackets we have to write M2. Right. Then ethyl alcohol formula C2H5OH. Its molar mass is 46. If you want, you can calculate. And what is the unit for molar mass? Gram per mole. Gram per mole is the unit for molar mass. Okay. Next one, mass of solvent. Mass of solvent. Which unit has given? Of course, grams he has given. That's why I will write grams, 1000 grams as it is. And asking a molality, we will write its corresponding formula. Molality equal to, see here, if a solvent mass given in the grams, we will use a second formula. What is that? W2 by M2 into 1000 divided by mass of solvent in grams is our formula. Therefore, M equal to W2 0.46 divided by 46 into 1000 divided by mass of solvent also 1000, right? If you simplify, you will get a 0.1 M. Molality equal to 0.1. What is the unit? Unit is a mole per kg, or we can write like this, 0.1 small m. Also we can write 0.1 small m, nothing but molal, nothing but mole per kg. That's it. Next question we'll see. Okay, here are solute mass and a solute molar mass. That he will not give in the question. We have to write because name has given. Ethyl alcohol name given means indirectly molar mass given. Mass of solvent already given. Taken formula and substituted. That's it. Next. Next question we'll see. Find the molality of 20 grams of NaOH is dissolved in 100 grams of solution. 100 grams of solution is the question. 100 grams of solution. Please try to understand the question. Find the molality of 20 grams of NaOH is mass of solute dissolved in 100 grams of solution has given. Remember, okay, solution mass has given, solvent mass has not given, because in molality we have to use a solvent. Okay, we'll write its corresponding data. We'll write W2 mass of solute. W2 is equals to 20 grams. Molar mass of solute, sodium hydroxide 40 gram per mole, sodium 23. 16 and it is 140. And next, here important thing is mass of, we need solvent. See, once again we'll go back, like solute plus solvent is equals to solution. Here already solute mass is known 20 grams and the solution mass also known, how much? 100 grams. Okay, solute mass known as well as the solution mass known. From that we can calculate a solvent mass. How much? Solution mass minus solute mass, that is nothing but 80. That only we are doing now. Mass of solvent is equals to mass of solution minus mass of solute. There is nothing but 100 minus 20 is equals to 80 grams. That's it. Now we'll take our formula and we'll substitute. Small m equal to W2 by M2 weight. Here again, mass of solvent units are grams. That's why grams related formula only we have to select. That is 1000 divided by mass of solvent in grams, of course. W2 how much? 20 divided by 40 into 1000 divided by mass of solvent. Mass of solvent is 80. If you do the simplification, you will get 6.25 mole per kg, or you will get a molal. Molal is the question. Okay. Next is about molality as well as molality based questions. Next we will discuss about the relation between molarity and molality. Molarity and molality relation we'll see now. Relation between molarity and molality. Relation between molarity and molality. Very simple. Actually it is having a derivation part. It is having many steps. That derivation part will discuss in our regular classes. After starting the classes, we'll see the derivation part. Now I am not giving the derivation part because for examination purpose the derivation is not necessary. If you want, we'll see in our direct classes, right? Okay, now I am giving the relationship between molality and molarity. Small m equal to molarity into 1000 divided by 1000 into density minus molarity into molar mass of solute. I'll repeat. Molarity 1000 divided by 1000 into density minus molarity again into M2. 2 for solute. Molar mass of solute. See here density factor is coming. Why? M, small m, temperature independent, temperature dependent. Okay, both terms will be related with density factor only. Okay, here small m, capital M, density, again molarity, it is a molar mass of solute. Right. Then what is the use of this formula? What is the use? Very simple. In the question, by giving a molarity, if we asked molality, we can use, or vice versa also. Means if molarity given, molality we can calculate. Or if molality given, molarity also we can calculate. If one value given, other value we can calculate easily. That is the usage of this relationship, remember. Okay, right. Based on this relation, we'll solve some questions. We'll solve one question. Okay, I'll write the relation once again here. Small m equal to molarity into 1000 divided by 1000, of course, 1000 into density minus again molarity into molar mass of solute. Right. We'll see one question. 1.2 molal, nothing but molality aqueous solution of urea has a density 1.25 gram per milliliters. Find molarity, capital M. Find molarity, that's it. This is the question. First, we'll understand the given data carefully. 1.2 molal, small m has given, okay, as well as a density 1.25, density has given, means small m known, density known, and one more also known, that is urea he has mentioned. What is urea? Solute. If a name mentioned, automatically its molar mass also known only. Means in this formula remember, small m known, capital M known, M2 also known. I'll repeat. Sorry, is asking capital M, right? Sorry, is asking capital M, small m known, density known, M2 known. I'll repeat. Capital small m known, density also known, M2 known. Only one term is unknown, that is capital M is only unknown term in this formula. That's it. Okay, we'll write its solution, then we'll calculate. Small m is equals to molarity into 1000 divided by 1000 into density minus molarity into molar mass of solute. Yeah, 1.2 is equals to molarity, will write into 1000 divided by 1000 into density, how much? 1.25. 1.5 minus molarity, again will write into molar mass of urea formula already known to you, NH2CO NH2 urea, its molar mass is 60, right? Then what we are doing now, this m into 1000 will bring LHS, and these terms will cross multiply. M into 1000 is equals to, right, see here, 1.2 into 1000 into 1.5, 1.2 into 1000 into 1.25, then we'll get otherwise first we'll do one thing, we'll simplify like this. 1.2 is equals to molarity into 1000 divided by 1000 into 1.25 value, will get 1250 minus molarity into 60. Now molarity into 1000 will bring LHS, and now these we are multiplying. 1.2 into 1250 is nothing but 1500. These we are multiplying 1500 minus 60 into 1.2. 60 into 1.2, that is 72. 72 molarity into 72. It is just a mathematical operation. That's it. There is no any chemistry here. Just a mathematical calculation only. Right. Left side molarity is there. Right side also molarity is there. That's why whatever the molarity term is there will bring LHS. Minus becomes plus. Therefore, molarity into 1000 plus molarity into 72. 72 is equals to 1500. Then if you add them, miss molarity, if you take common, 1072 equal to 1500. Therefore, molarity is equals to 1500 divided by 1072. You will get its answer 1.39. 1.39 capital M mole per liter. That's it. Very simple. If you remember the formula, if you understand the formula, if you remember the formula, and you have to collect proper appropriate data, and you have to substitute in the formula. Once again, 1.2 molal, small m, molality has given, urea, solute name given, means indirectly its molar mass given, density of solution has given. That's it, finding. Molarity is asking. We'll use the formula. Molality has already given, capital M we are calculating, and if you substitute and calculate, okay, then what I am doing is M into 1000 we are bringing LHS, and these terms we are doing a cross multiplication, that only M into 1000, remaining a cross multiplication we are doing, and here molarity term is there, here also molarity term is there, this term we are bringing LHS, minus becomes here plus, here molarity is there, molarity is there, molarity will take common, and 1000 plus 72, 1072 equal to 1500, for molarity equal to 1500 divided by 1072, nearly it is 1.39 mole per liter. Right. Next we will see one more relation, that is relation between molality and mole fraction. Molality, relation between molality and mole fraction. Previously what we have learned, molarity relation we have learned. Now we will see the relation between molality and mole fraction. We will see then. Suppose mole fraction of solute. Solute is nothing but we can say 2 is equals to, we will have the direct relation small m by small m plus 1000 divided by molar mass of solvent is the relation between molality and mole fraction. Once again, please try to understand. Here I have taken a mole fraction of solute. Mole fraction of solute. Sir, if you want to suppose mole fraction of solvent, what to do? Very simple. Because solute and solvent, sum of mole fractions always equals to 1. Whatever the value we are getting, that this value 1 minus this value, you will get x1. Okay, first you will get x2. 1 minus x2, you will get x1 of course. Any one value if you know, other value we can calculate. Right. Mole fraction of solute is equals to molality, because the relation between molality and mole fraction, molality divided by molality plus 1000 by molar mass of solvent. And one more relation, that molality is equals to means this formula we will use to find mole fraction. Of course, from this formula also we can calculate molality, no doubt. But specifically molality purpose, one more formula also given, that is x2 into 1000 divided by x1 into m1. I'll repeat once again. Both are a relation between molality and mole fraction, no doubt. Any one formula is enough. Any one is enough. Okay. But convenient purpose, according to your wish, we can use that. Okay. Here mole fraction of solute. If molality given, mole fraction of solute will calculate. From that solute, solvent also we can calculate. Okay. Then suppose mole fraction of solute or solvent something has given. Mole fraction given, molality we can calculate. Then molality given, mole fraction we can calculate. Any one formula we can remember and we can use. And of course, for both these formulas we are having the derivation, but right now I am not giving the derivation. This derivation part will see in our regular class only. Okay, right? Because of course the derivation part is not necessary also. Based on these formulas, we'll solve some questions, right? Question. Once again, see here carefully. Mole fraction of solute. 2 is nothing but solute. X is nothing but mole fraction. Molality divided by molality plus 1000 divided by molar mass of solvent, because 1 nothing but solvent. Then again molality equal to mole fraction of solute into 1000 divided by mole fraction of solvent into again molar mass of solvent only. See here M1 only. Okay, right. Then based on this we will see one question. What is the mole fraction of solute? What is the mole fraction of solute in 2.5 small mole aqueous solution? Aqueous solution is asking. Very simple. What is the mole fraction of solute? Mole fraction of solute 2.5 molar aqueous solution. Means what he has given, what is asking. Mole fraction asking, molality given, means whether first formula or second formula, which formula we have to use? Of course, first formula. Mole fraction of solute. Once again we'll write x2 is nothing but mole fraction of solute only. M divided by M plus 1000 divided by M1. Okay. Therefore, x2 is equals to molality 2.5 divided by 2.5 plus 1000 divided by, yeah. Now again problem. Molar mass of solvent. Who is solvent? Which is solvent? Aqueous. Water is a solvent. That's why molar mass of water is 18. Right. x2 is equals to, again if you do the simplification, you will get a 0.043. That is mathematical operation, you have to do that. Mathematical calculation you have to do, you will get a 0.043 mole fraction of solute. And of course, suppose if you want a mole fraction of solvent also we can calculate. Why? Because we'll have the relation x1 plus x2 equals to 1. The sum of mole fractions of all the components is always equals to 1. Based on that, x1 is equals to 1 minus x2 and 1 minus 0.043. Whatever the value you will get, that value you have to write. Of course, in the question has not asked. Only mole fraction of solute he has asked. That's it. Means based on this formula, this is a question. Okay. That is advantage of a relationship, because if one value given, other value we can calculate. Here molality given, mole fraction asking, a direct formula we can use and we can calculate. Otherwise we will have detailed solution will be there. It will take more time. Okay, without this relation also, without this direct formula also, with our regular traditional method also we can solve. It is having more steps and it takes more time. If you know the relation, directly we will get the answer. Right, now based on this formula also, we will solve one question. Okay. The question is like this. What is the mole fraction of, what is the molality of NaOH aqueous solution? Here a mole fraction of water given 0.6. That's it. Okay. He's asking what is the molality of NaOH? NaOH aqueous solution, of course. What is the molality of NaOH aqueous solution is asking. This is the question. Now what he has given, mole fraction of water. Water is nothing but it is a solvent, because NaOH is solute. Solvent. Okay. Means mole fraction given, molality asking. Mole fraction given, molality asking. We'll use this formula. Mole fraction given, molality asking. We'll use this formula. Directly we'll get. Of course, from this formula also we'll get, no doubt. But it is a direct formula. Okay. We'll do one thing. We'll write first formula. Small m is equals to x2 into 1000 divided by x1 into m1 is our formula. Now it is a solvent. Solvent is nothing but x1. Remember, solvent is x1. Then what is x2? X2 is nothing but solute. 1 minus x1. 1 minus 0.6. 0.4 is x2. That's it. We'll substitute then. 0.4 into 1000 divided by 0.6 into molar mass of solvent. Again, who is solvent? Aqueous. What is solvent? And if you do the simplification, you will get that is nearly 37 point. You will get small m equal to 37 point something 03 mole per kg is your answer. That's it. Means with the help of these two relations we can solve the questions. If you better it is we have to remember both the relations. It is easy then. If a molality given, mole fraction, we'll use this formula. If a mole fraction given, molality purpose, we'll use that formula. But anyhow, both are relation between a mole fraction and molality only, right? Okay. Yeah, from this we'll stop today's our video. In next class, we'll continue remaining things. Okay. Right. Thank you for watching. Bye.